The shocking twist when Ricasso Augusto Dourado invited the cleaning lady to his gala. News that Ricasso Augusto Dourado had invited Manuela Alves, the mansion's cleaning lady, to his lavish party seemed like a cruel joke. When she arrived, dressed like a star, jaws dropped as her true identity unraveled. The grand hall of the Dourado mansion in the upscale Gavian neighborhood buzzed with mocking laughter as Manuela descended the marble staircase. Her dress, a stunning, floor-length gown of deep sapphire silk with intricate beadwork, cost more than the annual salary of most guests. But the laughter wasn't admiration, it was biting scorn. "Look who decided to show up," Augusto whispered to his guests, raising a glass of exorbitantly priced champagne. "Our dedicated cleaning lady." Manuela, 35, never imagined stepping into that salon as a guest, even as the butt of a prank. For 2 years, she'd scrubbed every corner of the mansion, a silent shadow observing the rehearsed falseness of the rich while they ignored her like furniture. The invitation arrived 3 days earlier, delivered with a sneer she knew well. "Gala beneficent on Saturday, Augusto," the messenger said, handing her a gold-embossed envelope. "Formal attire. You surely have something suitable in your wardrobe, don't you?" His friend's laughter echoed down the hall. It was an obvious trap, a public humiliation to put her in her place before Rio's high society. Augusto even summoned society reporters, dubbing it a pedagogical moment. "Want to bet?" Augusto had said to his wife, Carolina, the day before his Manuela vacuumed nearby. 100,000 Brazilian reals. She won't dare show. If she does, she'll be the night's entertainment. Carolina laughed darkly. "You're awful, Augusto. The poor thing will probably borrow something and feel so out of place she'll leave in 15 minutes. But Augusto didn't know two crucial things about Manuela Alves. First, she'd grown up in circles like this long before survival forced her to clean them. Second, some storms don't destroy. They teach you to dance in the rain at AS. She crossed the salon under derisive stares. Manuela held her head high, her gaze serene, as if harboring secrets that could upend their world. Her steps were deliberate, each one a calculated move in a choreography long rehearsed. "My God, she actually came," Beatriz Andrade, a senator's wife, whispered to a friend. "And look at that dress. Where'd she get it? Probably rented it, paying in 10 installments." Fernanda Bastos, a petroleum magnate's daughter, replied, masking her insecurity with cruelty. Pathetic. Unbeknownst to them, Manuela hadn't bought, borrowed, or rented the dress. She'd reclaimed it from her own past, a past Augusto would desperately bury if he knew it existed. Augusto approached, chest puffed with arrogance, surrounded by billionaire cronies, his confidence soaring. He'd orchestrated this as a display of power. "Manuela, what a pleasant surprise. I never doubted you'd come. After all, when someone like you gets invited to an event like this, someone like me?" Manuela echoed, her calm voice slicing the air like silk. "Go on, Augusto, finish your sentence." For a fleeting second, something in her tone made him pause, a firmness at odds with the submissive woman he knew from the mansion's halls. But arrogance quickly reclaimed him. "Well, someone who doesn't usually frequent these circles. You must feel quite intimidated by all this elegance." Manuela smiled, not submissively or nervously, but with a dangerous serenity that silenced nearby laughter. "Intimidated?" she repeated softly, her eyes locking with his, forcing him to step back unconsciously. No, Augusto. I feel exactly where I've always belonged. The silence that followed lasted mere seconds, but shifted the room's energy. Her poise, her movements, her presence challenged every assumption they'd made about her place. Augusto cleared his throat, grasping for control. Well, I hope you enjoy the night. I'm sure it'll be educational for you. Oh, I'm sure it'll be educational for all of us, Manuela replied, her gaze sweeping the crowd as if cataloging faces for later use. Augusto, relishing the moment, announced loudly, tapping a silver spoon against his crystal glass. Attention, everyone. I'd like to present our special guest tonight, Manuela, our dedicated cleaning lady. Cruel laughter erupted, cell phone flashes popping as socialites snapped photos with sarcastic captions. Augusto, Carolina murmured, feigning concern. Isn't this a bit cruel? Cruel, Augusto Laugit. I'm giving her the opportunity of a lifetime. Who else like her gets to attend an event like this? Manuela stood motionless at the room's center, all eyes on her. Instead of the expected shame, her expression held an unsettling serenity, born of storms far worse. Beatrice approached with her clique, smiles venomous. Manuela, dear, how long did it take to pick that dress? Must have been hard finding something suitable. Actually, Manuela replied, her calm making Beatrice falter. This dress has a special history. It belonged to my mother. Her mother? Fernanda laughed. Where'd she get it? A chic thrift store? Manuela's smile turned dangerous. My mother wore this dress last 20 years ago in a salon like this, when she was still Manuela Alves Dardo. The silence was deafening. Conversations halted as the weight sank in. Augusto, laughing with his inner circle, turned slowly. What did you say? Alves Dourado. Manuela Alves Dardo, she repeated, her voice ablaze. Funny how some choose to conveniently forget family history. Augusto's face paled. Carolina clutched his arm, sensing disaster. You're delusional, he stammered, voice weakening. This isn't a game, Augusto, Manuela said, stepping closer, causing guests to recoil. It's our history, the story you erased when you decided certain family members never existed. Cell phone cameras kept rolling, now for a different reason. Whispers spread like wildfire. Carolina pulled Augusto. What's she talking about? She's lying. She's an unstable employee seeking attention. Augusto replied, hands trembling. Manuela reached into her clutch, pulling out a ring that drew gasps. The Dourado family engagement ring, engraved with their crest and a distinctive blue sapphire. This ring, she said, holding it high, was given to my mother by her father, Antonio Dourado, my grandfather. The man you told your children died without heirs. Augusto stagnated. Where did you get that? How dare you steal? Manuela laughed, devoid of humor. You can't steal what's yours by birthright. Beatrice whispered. My God, could she be telling the truth? Fernanda murmured, less certain. Augusto would have told us if he had a cousin. Manuela overheard, turning to them. Cousin? No, darlings. I'm not Augusto's cousin. She paused, locking eyes with him. I'm his half-sister. The room erupted in murmurs. Augusto shouted, This is ridiculous. My father never. Antonio Dourado had an affair with my mother, Clara, for 5 years. Manuela cut in. She was the family piano teacher. When she got pregnant with me, he promised to care for us, until he died. Carolina, hand over her mouth, watched like a car crash in slow motion. You, Augusto? Manuela pointed. You decided it was easier to pretend we never existed. You cut our allowance, sold the house your father bought for my mother, and left us destitute. I had no obligation, Augusto began, but Manuela interrupted. No obligation to care for your father's family? Interesting philosophy, considering you inherited 100% of a fortune that should have been split. The crowd's perception shifted. Some edged away from Augusto. Prove it, he demanded. Anyone can make up a story and wave a ring. Manuela smiled predatorily. You think I'd come unprepared? She signaled someone at the entrance. They can enter now. Each humiliation fueled a silent strength in her, growing with every injustice he'd imposed. 3 figures entered, altering everyone's fate. Juliana Vasconcelos, Rio's top investigative journalist, led the way, followed by Gustavo Pereira, a succession law expert. The third, Dr. Walter Medeiros, the family's former physician, made Augusto stagger. Dr. Medeiros? Carolina gasped. What are you doing here? The doctor, hands trembling but voice steady, stepped forward. 20 years ago, I was forced to sign a falsified death certificate. Antonio Dourado didn't die of natural causes. He was slowly poisoned with arsenic over months. The room buzzed with stifled gasps. Juliana raised a hand. Please, no phones. This is an official confession being recorded. Augusto sweated. You're insane, Medeiros. My father died of heart issues. He discovered money you'd been siphoning from the company, Medeiros countered. He'd changed his will to include Manuela and was about to report you to the police when symptoms began. Manuela's eyes welled with relief. After 20 years, the truth emerged. Gustavo presented a document. This blood sample, tested last week by an independent lab, shows fatal arsenic levels. A conspiracy to ruin me. Augusto yelled, unhinged. Juliana stepped forward. Mr. Dourado, I have transcripts of 5 conversations between you and Dr. Medeiros from 2003 to 2004, where you threatened to destroy his career. Manuela's voice sliced through. Augusto, you didn't just kill our father. You stole 20 years of my life. I didn't kill anyone, he protested. She connected her phone to the sound system. A recording played. Augusto's unmistakable voice. Medeiros, keep quiet about anything strange in the old man's blood. If you speak, you'll never work again. As for that woman and her bastard daughter, let them fend for themselves. Silence fell. Even Augusto's defenders recoiled. Carolina glared. You really did this? 20 years. Manuela cried, composure breaking. 20 years cleaning my father's blood from your hands. She regained her calm. Want to know how I got this proof? I didn't take this job by chance. I applied deliberately, spent 2 years preparing, gaining access, collecting evidence. Augusto lunged desperately. Even if true, the inheritance was settled years ago. Gustavo smiled. When murder is proven, assets can be redistributed per the original will. We have Antonio Dourado's true testament. Manuela approached Augusto, cornered against the wall. My biggest mistake was thinking you'd change on your own. Please, Manuela, he whispered, arrogance gone. Carolina, the kids, this will destroy our family. You destroyed our family when you chose money over justice, she replied. Augusto collapsed into a chair, his fall from arrogant tycoon to exposed criminal complete in under 2 hours. Manuela stepped onto the balcony, where reporters swarmed, cameras, microphones, flashes. Carolina joined her. Manuela, I swear I didn't know. I know, Manuela said gently. You were his victim too. What now? She gazed at the glittering city. Now, justice will be served, and maybe Rio will learn class isn't tied to bank accounts. As police led Augusto away, Manuela felt peace after 20 years. In jail, he'd learned her plan extended beyond his fall, rebuilding her life and the Dourado Empire. 6 months later, Manuela Alves Dourado sat in Augusto's refurbished office, now adorned with social project certificates and photos of promoted staff. Convicted to 25 years without parole for murder, fraud, blackmail, and tax evasion, his fortune was seized to compensate victims. Manuela, one of many he'd wronged, had boosted company profits 40% by treating employees humanely. Fair wages, merit-based promotions, respect. Senorita Alves Dourado, her new assistant Amanda, once a cleaner, said, Forbes is here for the interview on the company's transformation. Carolina, divorced and relocated with her kids, apologized. You could have destroyed us, but protected my children. Kids don't pay for their parents' sins, Manuela replied. Dr. Maduros, now a company consultant, thanked her for teaching him courage. Beatriz and Fernanda's overtures were rebuffed. You laughed when I was inferior. Now you want friendship because of my bank account. That says it all. Manuela's story went global, though she declined fame, focusing on real impact, scholarships, microcredit, a domestic violence fund. Augusto's letter from prison sought forgiveness. She kept it, unresponded. To Forbes, she said, vengeance would have mirrored his acts. Justice ensures he pays, protecting others. The best revenge is building something so grand the injustice becomes just the first chapter. Her advice: build something so magnificent that your suffering fuels triumph. That night, in her new home with adopted orphans, Manuela felt Antonio Dourado's pride. Her true victory was turning exploitation into opportunity, proving power built on justice multiplies for all. Augusto underestimated a cleaner and met a heroine, learning dignity can't be bought, only earned through unseen choices.